Hey there. For this video, I'm going to dive into the second half of the detection and analysis phase of the incident response lifecycle. This phase is generally quite technical and fraught with challenges. First is the pressure. We are under a lot of it in this phase. Business will be pushing for answers and a time to recover estimate well before we actually have an understanding of cause, impact, or next steps. Next, we have a data problem. Even with all the detective cyber-tech whiz-bang companies can buy, incidents are not usually one glaring red alert, but several needles in a pile of needles that incident responders need to sift through. However, not all evidence comes in the form of logs, and incident responders might need to jump on the systems, inboxes, and everything in between. And lastly is the analysis piece. Incident responders need to work with what they have, and oftentimes this deals with conflicting and incomplete data. We also have our own cognitive constraints, such as anchoring, recency, and confirmation biases, just to name a few. Those biases can cloud our judgment when attempting to understand a complex situation, like a cyber incident. And I forgot to mention, the threat could still be propagating in your environment while you're doing the investigation, potentially damaging more stuff or interfering with your investigation. Next is documenting. As we start to realize the who, what, where, when, how, we need to start tracking what we know, what we don't know, and what we're going to do next. Here are a few things worth capturing in your tickets or your logbook. Any and all observations, discussions, and decisions. Oh God, there's worse now. Type or category of an incident can help understand the attack better, its impacts, next steps, and also support post-incident retrospective. Scope helps determine impacts and severity. And the category or severity of an incident, ideally predefined in your incident response plan, can determine technical and administrative next steps. This can include internal escalations within the business or engaging third-party support outside of it. Lastly is evidence. Now, this is usually screenshots and a lot of Control-C, Control-V. However, depending on the business, more formidable forensic processes may be required to preserve evidence and maintain chain of custody. This is also known as litigation quality logging. Such requirements should be documented well in your incident response plan and processes and training to follow. So to wrap up, ultimately, the analysis phase is all about transforming raw signals and data into actionable intelligence and next steps, while dealing with the challenges of volume, conflicting, and incomplete data, and the pressure to resolve ASAP. Now, there are some proactive efforts you can do in the preparation phase to streamline the analysis phase in incident response. First, assessing your detective capabilities and trying to remediate any visibility gaps. Next is developing business-specific use cases and dashboards in your SIM to get more signal than noise. And lastly is developing that muscle memory through training, tabletop exercises, cyber range type activities. So that's it for this week. Anything I talked about, I'll try to put some links in the description down here. And again, if you want to see more of this, like and subscribe, leave me a comment. And with that, I'll see you in the future.